Have you ever read an article or speech and wondered, why did the author present this idea first? Or how do these facts fit together? The way an author organizes ideas, develops events, and introduces individuals shapes how we understand a text. In this lesson, we'll explore how authors introduce and develop ideas, how events connect and build on each other, how individuals are portrayed and influenced by the text structure. By the end, you'll be able to break down a nonfiction text and see how its structure enhances meaning. Before we start, let's clarify a few important terms. Introduction of ideas means how an author presents key points and concepts at the beginning of a text. Development of ideas is the process of expanding, explaining, or supporting ideas with facts, examples, and reasoning. Connections between ideas, events, and individuals means how different elements of a text relate to one another and contribute to the main purpose. Text structure is the way information is organized, such as chronological order, cause and effect, or problem and solution. Let's see how these concepts work in actual texts. Let's start with an easy example, a short biography excerpt. Marie Curie was born in 1867 in Poland. She moved to France to study physics and chemistry, becoming the first woman to win a Nobel Prize. Her research on radioactivity led to groundbreaking medical advancements. How is the information organized? The author uses chronological order, presenting her life events step by step. Each sentence builds on the previous one, showing her growth and accomplishments. This type of structure is common in biographies and history texts, where events unfold over time. Now, let's look at a cause and effect relationship in a persuasive article. Plastic pollution is harming marine life. Scientists have found that plastic debris in the ocean is often mistaken for food by sea creatures, leading to starvation. In response, governments worldwide have begun banning single-use plastics to reduce environmental damage. How does the author develop the idea? First, the problem is introduced. Plastic pollution harms marine life. Then, the author provides evidence. Sea creatures mistake plastic for food. Finally, the solution is presented. Governments banning single-use plastics. The structure follows a cause and effect pattern, showing how one idea leads to another. For our final example, let's analyze a historical speech and how the speaker develops their argument. Text excerpt from Martin Luther King Jr.'s "I Have a Dream" speech. 100 years later, the Negro is still not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination. So we have come here today to dramatize a shameful condition. How does MLK develop his argument? He starts with a historical reference that slavery ended 100 years ago. He uses repetition, for example, 100 years later, to emphasize continued injustice. He builds urgency, stating why action is needed now. By connecting past, present, and future, King structures his speech to inspire action and change. Great job today. Let's summarize what we've learned. Authors use different structures, chronological, cause-effect, argument development, to build ideas. Ideas are introduced, expanded, and connected to strengthen meaning. Recognizing these patterns helps us understand and analyze texts more deeply. Next time you read an article, speech, or biography, pay attention to how the author builds their message. Understanding structure is the key to unlocking meaning